That day, I was just going, the way she looked at me. And then another day, we met in Tesco. I finished my shopping. This woman was behind me, and then she nudged me. And I remember when our children were young, our daughter took something from my daughter then, and then I said something. Then she said something. These are things that happened 20 years ago, you know. You have not forgotten. Why? Because you've been keeping the record of wrongs. Your love has not covered their multitude of sins. But when you love people, you don't keep the record of their wrongs. You do not delight when evil things happen to them. You know, there are times, people that we love, when they're in trouble, we feel it for them. We feel it so much. Even though you can say it serves you right. It's like that sometimes. When you are saying, put it down, don't take it, don't do this, you'll be running after her. Then she will just take it, then she will fall down and bang her head. You don't say, hey, yes, maybe I told you. I knew you would fall down, silly girl. What do? You carry her, and then you say, it's all right, darling, it's all right. That's why I was telling you not to go there. You see, you do not rejoice. You do not rejoice when they fall because you love them. Love always protects. Love trusts. Love hopes. Love perseveres. You don't give up on people you love. Love covers a multitude of sins. Let us ask ourselves, the people that we can't deal with, the people that we can't forgive, do we love them? If your husband has done something and you can't forgive, do you really love him? If your sister in the church, one day they did something, and since that day you become very careful. If you are coming, you want to sit down, there's an empty seat. You will travel all the way to the church and come and sit here. Why? Because one day I didn't like the way she did to me. You see, you have no love. Because if you have love in your heart towards them, it will cover a multitude of sins. And let us now translate that to God's love. Is that not the reason we are here today? If God were to mark iniquity, who of us would be sitting here today? He would have dealt with us. But God does not. You see, we pray to Him. He answers us. God blesses us. Things that we do not deserve. Something happened this week to one of my children. And I said, God, you are so good, you know. Because if that was me, I won't do it for him. I said, you. I said, if that was me, I want them to have it, all right. But still, I'm just thinking, God, at least can't you do something to teach them a lesson? But God is not like that. His love covers our multitude of sins. And we are supposed to practice the same, to forgive people, to let go. If you are still keeping a record of people's wrongdoings in your heart or in your notebook, then you don't love anybody. Love is demonstrated in acts of obedience. In other words, how do you demonstrate your love? You demonstrate it by showing acts of obedience. This morning I was thinking about it. You know our fathers in those days, they would just tell their wives, they would say, I want to eat pounded yam this afternoon. And the woman would not say, what pounded yam? Nibo, I'm taking the children to school. We are opening the nursery at 6:30. I'm not going to do pounded yam. What pounded yam? What's your please? The exercise from yesterday. What? She will go. She will go and take the yam. She will go the yam. She'll be bandit. Some people they will say, Ruth, the one who goes to die with husband. You know, out of love, she will demonstrate that act of obedience. I know my dad, sometimes he liked this game, you know, the, what do you call it? The game, no, those, the animal, the one that they roast, but the roast one, yes, the one that is roasted and it will be tearing like this. My dad used to like it and they would fry the stew. You know, he would just say, make her up bed today. And of course, who are you to say, no, at 4 p.m. to be looking, they will go and look for it. You know, the husband will say, I want fresh fish. The wife will go and get it. I cannot see. They have not born the husband who in Britain is going to say to their wife, and I want fresh fish today. If she will say, well, fresh fish, okay, go to West Green Room.